Okay, well, first of all, we have Jens in the house. Welcome to the 100K Club. I am so excited for you, man. You totally deserve it. Well done
Thank
for
you.
putting all the work in. I remember the first time that we had our 10K session, and
Yeah.
you said, because Stefan can do it, you can do it. And it is the
Yeah.
ultimate belief transference. I'll never forget that. I saw it in your eyes. Because someone else could do it, follow a process, you could do it too. And here you are. So this is a phenomenal moment to be a part of. I want to say massive thank you for being an amazing client because you're consistently going out, doing it. And regardless of the challenges, you're a privilege to be a part of. And I really mean that from the deepest part of my heart, because as you know, not everyone is easy to work with. As you
Mhm.
start to expand,
Yeah.
you start to deal with some different sorts of conflicts. And the truth is, from the moment you said it, you listened to me once, you went in on the process because you knew you needed the process, and I knew you're going to be someone that is going to do the work, and here you are now. But what do you think has been the biggest shift from where you were to where you are now? Like, what has there been a belief shift?
From where I've been before COA or at the point where I have the 10K?
Let's go. That's a great question. Let's go before COA to where you are now, and then before 10K to where you are now. So
Yeah. Actually, before 10K, it's seriously, it's exactly what you are always saying. Like all this overwhelming, all the information's on the internet. You don't know what to do. There's so many people who say like, I can do this, and you just need to buy my program and stuff like this. And it always seems much too overwhelming for me and your. Yeah, and this was the point where I've been. Like it was too much from everything. I was confused. I didn't know what to do the next, because I was always willing to do the next step, but I didn't know which step is the best one. And because there was no one who brought real clarity into it like you did, and the COA program. And that I would say this was like the biggest shift, like coming into the program, just follow the steps, just get clarity, get clear on it, get the signature program clear, get the processes, get all the back end connections, like all Zapier, ClickFunnels, Calendly, ActiveCampaign, etc. And yeah, and just work through it. And then I had the basement. Then I can just try testing all the time, like what works and what doesn't work, and to be in here, like getting this clarity, building the fundament,
yeah,
yeah,
foundations, fundamentals.
foundations, yes. And then have the foundations to have the freedom to test without doubting all the time the whole foundation, because I knew the foundation works. So I had the safety in my background to say, okay, I know this works because obviously it works in COA, works for a lot of other people. So I can have time for me to test my wordings, my HVGs and everything. So yeah, that was like the whole process which brought me through it and which changed everything.
Nice, man. So what emotionally is that worth to you, do you think, knowing what you know now, to be out of a place where you could have been massively overwhelmed, you could have been doing like what most people do, trying to be everywhere, without that sort of feedback on your testing, emotionally, what would that have done to you if you hadn't have fixed that?
Yeah, actually, I would. I think. No, in fact, I would probably have a total different life to right now, because right now, like you see, and like sometimes I posted like from Dominican Republic or Tenerife or Portugal, and I'm traveling all the time. And yeah, this is just possible because I have the money in the background and I have the system in the background which works from everywhere. And I don't need anything like which bounds me to a specific place, or which limits me in my financial freedom. Of course it's not financial freedom because it's not like that much, but it's so much more than an average person needs to have a really exciting life. And for me to have, because I'm traveling all the time, I do what I want, I have all the free time. And I think when I wouldn't have been in the program and wouldn't have gone through the steps, probably I would have made some one-on-one coachings and sold this one. and I wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have taken any other coaching program or anything, because maybe other programs maybe work as well at some points. But I think when I wouldn't have done anything, either I would just work half time, like in a regular job, and do coaching as a side business, or I would do just so poorly in my coaching business as the main business, but really poorly because I wouldn't have the structure and everything in the background. So I would have been the struggle all the time, like this.
Makes sense. I'm going to correct you slightly. I hear all of that and I agree with you. What a lot of people don't get with financial freedom is actually financial freedom as a formula is whatever you need to live to pay your basic overheads. So for example, your rent, your food, and that's what the ROI of financial freedom is. So it's actually very minimal. And then, you know, what the best way to look at this for complete freedom and financial freedom and passive freedom is that now you can see your business is an income generator, right? You love it, you're fulfilled by it, and it also pays your lifestyle. You're getting better at it, your skill set's growing, it's also contributing to yourself, your family, your skill set. So it's like, wow, my life's in a great position. So the goal is actually never to leave your business. The goal is to turn your business into a vehicle. Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And the goal is to turn that vehicle into an income generator so that it generates more and more and more year on year and year on year. And all of the money that goes beyond your living expenses goes into an asset, and you make that as passive as possible. The more passive those other things that you put into, and you're going to expand what you do with that as you start to go on your personal journey. But that's exactly what I set up. So my investment firm, that is where we pile all our cash flow into. But the goal is to never actually stop generating cash flow.
Yeah.
And so you get to a stage where your income is being paid by your assets. And that, so I want you to know that you have reached beyond financial freedom right now. And sometimes people think that financial freedom is going to be a position of like 10 million, right? And its actual financial freedom is whatever your overheads are to be generated by your income generator, not even by a passive income generator. So something to consider for the future, so that you know, okay, cool. Well, actually, you know, because like the goal of your life is not to actually, and I've tested this one and I've fully been out of my passion and my income generator for 1.5 years to assess what people do with life. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
like once you have, you know, spent all day at the gym and then you've like gone on holiday for an extended period of time and you go, okay, cool, I'm not sure I can make another month of this, you know, and then you start to overthink and evaluate everything else. And then you realize that actually the biggest part of life is to contribute and grow and to expand. And having a vehicle where you can do that and reach other people like you're doing is actually one of the most beautiful, fulfilling things, and arguably one of the most fulfilling things that you ever do, whilst you're also making a massive impact, whilst you're also creating more income for yourself. So you can have that one. And then just like the belief between 10K to 100K, what changed for that, do you think? Is there anything specific or?
Yeah, when I had the 10K, I mean, in the meantime, I got more trust, of course, in my own signature program, and also more trust into the process that I can, that where I just started to raise the price point for my signature program. I think when I made the 10K, I think I still have been for like 3K for 12 months or something like this, and now I'm 5K for 6 months. So I always went up for the price, and then I went down from the 12 to 6 month. And I think it just got more momentum all the time, because there was more trust in myself, in the program. I saw more and more that the processes that they work for the people. So I got more confident in talking about it, like yeah, the business grows with me. So when my confidential started to believe more in the program, I started to get higher and more sales.
That makes total sense. I think a lot of people think that by, you know, in order to increase one's price point, one just puts up the price point, but it's not just that alone. It's being able to deliver the value of that. It's also being able to knock out the objections, so your clients are actually getting the result, so they want to pay that. You know, we live in a world where people go, yeah, just put the price up because everyone else is charging, and then they don't realize actually you got to fulfill that. And then today's market, you have to over fulfill because everyone is such high expectation of what they should be getting, and you're like, fucking hell, shit, I didn't see this one. But look, that's been awesome to support you to do that. And
another little thing, before COA, I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was like this about sales stuff to people, or sales calls anyhow. And now in the process, I feel like a fish in the water with sales calls. Seriously, it's even though you would correct me a lot, and they take too much time, but most of them are really successful. So I have a really good closing rate, but it just feels really good with the COA process, with the sales process. It's just it feels natural.
Great to hear. Because it's, you know, I sit in this space. It's designed off the back of Socratic dialogue, which is very, you know, people say there's a big difference between coaching and sales because they don't understand the actual basis of what great coaching is. And you know, I appreciate that people think it's a difference because they haven't experienced it, but actually there isn't. And if you map them to it, you don't have to have forced sales processes. You don't have to have pushy techniques. I never get anyone saying I'm being forced to a sale. I still front end, back end. It's still a very big part of what I do, because there is no differentiation between a great coaching session and a great sales session. The outcome's slightly different. Next step is on a consultation session to get commitment, to potentially join if alignment's there. If there's no alignment, then there's no point taking the client. And then with a coaching session, there still has to be alignment. There still has to be an action step. There still has to be a commitment to the process. So, hey, look, I appreciate that, dude. Just one, what do you think has been the most valuable support system for you individually? I know a lot of people out there have bought programs, have had support, have been let down in that area. What out of the areas, is it the methodology, like the process, the system? Is it the funnels? Is it the assets? Is it the templates? Is it the live support? Is it the one-to-one support? Is it the team, you know, forum, etc.? Out of curiosity, which do you think, if you were to pick one, which has been the number one for you?
If I would need to pick one,
if you had to pick one.
I had to pick one,
or whatever, you know, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I think because I'm already like in the coaching and in the personal development business like for 13 years now. Like I made my so I know, but I didn't know all the tech stuff for the background, and like getting the methodology, you know what I mean. And so I think I would choose the videos, the video program that's just the
system itself.
The system as itself, because because there after this I understood every step, and I just could click what happened in the video, so I could copy all the processes, which works. So this is really valuable. All the live support, the Zoom sessions with Veronica or with you, or the group calls, they are really good they have been really good for my attitude and for the mindset and everything. But it was already like kind of good. But I think the most I got out of the videos.
Makes it the system, having an actual system process to follow. So it's actually more of the way I look at it is more of a system, like a software almost. Yes, it's modulars. Yes, and same for your clients. If you start looking at it like, here's a system, a structure to genuinely follow. I know we hear that step by step a lot in our industry, but really, is it a step by step that someone else can do? And that's refined 8-9 times now. So look, I appreciate that. Dude, what would you say to someone who was on the edge of joining and was hesitant maybe?
Simply just do it. I mean, it changed everything for me. And if you just follow the process, it will change everything for you as well. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
Cool. I want to say thank you once again, because it doesn't happen without a two-way connection and alignment, and it's been a privilege being part of your journey. So let's get your next step sorted, because I'm really excited where you're going to scale from here.